Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 23 rebuild. And one of my subscribers told me to rebuild the Cincinnati Bengals. I just finished the game of the Bengals losing to the Chiefs, and I thought the Super Bowl was going to be the Bengals versus the Niners. I knew it was going to be the Bengals and Chiefs, and then Eagles and Niners. That was my predictions, but I thought it was going to be the Bengals and the Niners. Guess I got it completely incorrect there, but at least I predicted who was going to go to the conference championships. But this is the overlook of the team, and I gotta say, watching that game, allowing 5, if not 6 sacks against Joe Burrow, completely unacceptable. The entire O-line needs to be revamped. Alex Kappa wasn't playing in that game. Jonah Williams just hasn't developed, but in Madden, he's young, he has star dev, so I will re-sign him. Jamar Chase should be an X factor in my opinion. It's crazy that they give Joe Mixon an X factor, but not Jamar Chase. Tyler Boyd, great. T. Higgins, great. Receiving core is great. But I got to tell you, as soon as they got to pay Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins, this Bengals team is screwed. Their window to win the Super Bowl is now. They better do it quickly. Hayden Hurst, very underrated, coming from a Ravens fan, but spending a first-round pick on someone who was 25 years old. Didn't like the pick at the time, but he's turned out pretty good for the Bengals. Defensively, looking into it, team's honestly pretty good defensively, if I'm being real. Dax Hill, I do want to move down to defensive back. He does have star dev, and I did simulate to the end of the season. This is an off-season rebuild. I'm not going to start at the beginning of the season like I usually do because I feel like that's already unrealistic from the way that we have it. Speaking of which, I'm going to change the playbooks to my playbooks that I always go with. It is Dallas offense and Kansas City defense. I do this every single time because, to be frank with you, the other defenses and offenses that the the CPU uses is quite terrible. And I think, 4-6 seems to be the best scheme fit here. And I just want the best scheme fit for XP boost. And what do we got here? West Coast Power Run is going to be the scheme for offense. So the team, honestly, is very, very good. Super Bowl contestant team, obviously. We're going to go into the 2022 retirements to see what we got here for the AFC North. Calais Campbell, Kevin Zeitler, Justin Houston, and right tackle Chris Hubbard all retire. Mainly Ravens players. Those guys are actually pretty good for the Ravens, so it's upsetting if that actually happened in real life. And then looking at it for the re-signings, Jesse Bates is going to want a bigger contract than this in real life. Like, literally, Marcus Williams with Ravens is getting paid, he's getting paid like $14 million a year. Jesse Bates is definitely going to want upward, probably $20 million. So Jesse Bates does re-sign with the team, though. Could have maybe given him a team-friendly deal. Von Bell, he does want to be with the team. I'll give him like a 2-year deal. And he wants to test out free agency just because it's not enough length. That's fine with me. Hayden Hurst, I think in real life, no way are they giving a 30-year-old a 4-year deal. I'll give him 2 years. And yeah, he resigns. I'm not giving him 4 years. That's a guarantee. I don't want that halfback. Jermaine Pratt, I do think they would resign, not for 3 years. I'll give him a 2-year deal. He wants to play for a new team. That's fine by me. Trey Flowers can walk. Eli Apple can most definitely walk. I mean, he did take a step up this year. People do ignore that, but yeah, he did have a holding call in that game and a pass interference, which was a little bit upsetting. But apart from that, guys, it's now time to move into free agency. After free agency, I ended up getting Javon Hargrave as a rental player and Deshaun Elliott to replace Von Bell, who is younger and cheaper. So I do like both of these signings for us. So apart from that, it's now time to move into the NFL draft. In the first round, I'm picking up center Lynn Chamberlain out of North Carolina, hidden development, 6'5" with 89 strength. He's going to be a great fit for our team. In the second round, I'm picking up this left guard, Rocky Van Buren. That's actually a pretty hard name, Rocky Van Buren, out of South Carolina, not North Carolina, 6'4", hidden dev, 87 strength. Here we are after the draft, and my picks were honestly pretty good here. I'm actually going to package both of these guys up. I don't care if they're 1 year's deals because I just don't want them on my team. I don't need them on my team, and I just don't want to pay them, to be frank, because I have better guys who are ready to play, and I don't want the CPU to auto-adjust them, so let's just get rid of these guys. And they're off to the Cardinals for a 2nd and a 4th round pick, which easily makes a bunch of room for our new guards and center for Joe Burrow, as he's probably going to be happy to have new guys on the line. As our O-line seems complete, maybe I'll replace Alex Kappa. I definitely need a middle linebacker, though. I might go snag one in free agency. So I'm going to go do that right now to see what I got for them. Yeah, let's sign Malik Harrison. I think I'm cool with that. I like Malik Harrison. Here we are at the midseason mark because we have a breakout linebacker, but we're 2-4. Coming off a win to the Niners. Doesn't make any sense. Logan Wilson had a great game. He could get superstar. He usually progresses very, very nicely in simulation, but I have no clue how our team is this bad. Our offense is doing atrocious, and our defense is 22nd in points per game. Okay. Doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm going to scout middle linebacker because we do need that. I don't think I am going to keep Malik Harrison around unless he has a high interest and is a stupid cheap contract. But we got the players ready to negotiate. Let's see what we got here as we got Malik Harrison. He does have high interest and he is stupid cheap. Like I said, sure, 5-year deal. He's going to be a good rotational player. Did want to spread out that deal. Joshua Dobbs don't care about. Joey B, the big one. He wants to stay. I'll give him this contract and he does resign, of course. DJ Reader, man, I do want him back, but I definitely don't want to overpay for him. I know he has no interest, but I will offer him this and he does not resign. That's fine. T. Higgins is a must-have player. I am going to overpay for this. And he wants even more, even though I already overpaid. Chidobe Awuzie, dang, dude. He doesn't want to play either. I will still offer him this just in case, and he doesn't want to play. Logan Wilson is a player that I do want, and I don't have any money right now because of all of those offers. That's including those offers. Tyler Boyd, damn, he's already 28. I thought Tyler Boyd was like 26. Javon Hargrave, I might just re-sign because DJ Reader doesn't want to play. Jonah Williams doesn't even want to play for us, even though I do need him. Dang. All these guys just don't want to play for us anymore. Hopefully, we come back on the second half of the season, they change their minds. So anyways, guys, let's see if we do beat the Cardinals and get that Logan Wilson breakout challenge. And if we do, that would play a huge part in us winning. We do win against the Cardinals. We could have a comeback. Breakout player, Logan Wilson didn't have the game I was hoping for. Yeah, it's kind of how it usually goes. So anyways, guys, apart from that, it is now time to move into the playoffs. Here we are in the wild card making a complete comeback, 12-5 with the first seed. Wow, we went from 2-4 to 12-5. Joey B balled out. Let's see where he ranked for MVP. He actually got the league MVP, 99 overall Joey B. 7th best offense in the NFL. Defensively, we were 11th. Okay, good stuff. 4,700 yards, 45 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Great year. Joe Mixon, 16 touchdowns, 5.2 per carry, and 1,300 yards. Jamar Chase, 1,100 yards, 13 touchdowns. He would have more than that in real life. Hayden Hurst, 1,000-yard year for a tight end. That's great. T. Higgins, 13 touchdowns, but not even 1,000 yards. Tyler Boyd, 9 yards shy of a 1,000-yard year and 7 touchdowns. Great receiving core. Defensively, Akeem with 113 tackles. Tackles for a loss, 27 for DJ Reader. I need to re-sign him. Sacks, 18 for Trey Hendrickson, and Sam Hubbard was 17.5. They both better get a development upgrade. Interceptions, 3 for Deshaun Elliott. Safeties, 0 defensive touchdowns is 0. So apart from that, guys, let's see who we're going to be playing in the divisional round here. And man, just total turnaround on the season. 2-4 to 12-5. First round bye here to face the 9-8 New England Patriots in the divisional round to move on to the conference championship. And we do 38-13. Let's see if we can beat the 11-6 Buffalo Bills to move on to the Super Bowl. Here we are against the Buffalo Bills as it is a 3-0 start for the Buffalo Bills at our own home stadium. And they're going to make it a 2-score game for us. We're going to put it back into 1 score, 10-3. Almost at the halftime yet. 10-3 at half, very low scoring game, kind of like the Chiefs and Bengals game tonight. 10-10, good stuff. In the fourth quarter, still 10-10, 17-10. First lead of the game for us, 17-17. And 24-17, and that's going to be the game as we're going to be moving on to the Super Bowl as this is already a successful rebuild after 1 year and just fixing the offensive line. Here we are in the Super Bowl here to face the San Francisco 49ers. This was my Super Bowl prediction. 12-5 San Francisco 49ers versus the 12-5 Cincinnati Bengals. Offensively, Hayden Hurst does get a development upgrade. 2 of our offensive linemen only have star dev. I'm cool with that though. Defensively looking at it, Sam Hubbard gets superstar, Trey Hendricks gets superstar, DJ Reader gets superstar. Entire D-line gets superstar. BJ Hill, I just don't need. I would rather have DJ Reader, especially since he got superstar and he's going to be more expensive to pay and he doesn't have an interest in the team. Well, we just made the Super Bowl, so maybe he'll change his mind. Let's see if we can beat the San Francisco 49ers to get our first Super Bowl win of this rebuild. Here we are against the San Francisco 49ers as it is currently 0-0, as you can see. And we get the first score on the board in the second quarter, 7-7 now as the Niners strike back. Who is their quarterback? I'm assuming it's Trey Lance because of the simulation auto upgrades it, but it's 17-7 right now. Not looking too great for us in the fourth quarter. Make it a 1-score game. They make it a 2-score game again. We make it a 1-score game again. We lose 24-21. Still, hey, we had a good run, and it is Brock Purdy as their quarterback, which is interesting. But anyways, guys, let's move into the offseason. Dre Greenlaw wins the Super Bowl MVP. We win the the league MVP with Joe Burrow, and there are no other Bengals here for the Super Bowl award. So let's move into the re-signings. No one in the entire AFC North retires, so we're going to be looking into the re-sign players. We have a lot of players to re-sign and minimal amounts of money. Come on. DJ Reader does have an interest in playing now. I am going to drop him. I'm going to drop him a 4-year deal, and he does resign with that after getting to the Super Bowl. T. Higgins doesn't have an interest. Chidobe Awuzie only has a minimal interest. Logan Wilson, dude, I don't know how much I want to pay him. $15 million a year? I think I would honestly rather tag Logan Wilson. So if he accepts this 2-year deal, I'd be cool with that. And he wants, okay, so I'll tag him because I just don't want to pay him that much because he is going to regress. Chidobe can walk, or Chidobe is how you say it, not Chidobe. I'm an idiot. T. Higgins, I am going to have to ridiculously overpay because he still didn't re-sign. $21 million a year, and he still wants to hit free agency? That's crazy. And now I can't tag Logan Wilson or else I can't get T. Higgins back in free. I'm going to have to dive in free agency and try to swoop them both up. Dang, Tyler Boyd, 3 years I'm not doing at the age of 29. Our receiving core just crumbled. Jonah Williams, I'll offer you a base deal. You're not that good. Our entire team just crumbled. Javon Hargrave, already got back DJ Reader. Akeem Davis led our team in tackles, and I can afford to pay him. I can afford to pay him if he does accept this. I gave him extra money, extra years, and he does resign. He had the most tackles on our team. I don't know why I wouldn't resign him. Logan Wilson isn't even left outside linebacker, so I don't know why he was playing that. And everyone else here, yeah, I'm going to have to dive in free agency and try to scoop these guys back up, especially T. Higgins, so let's move into it. After free agency, I ended up getting T. Higgins and Logan Wilson both on cheaper deals than what I originally offered them for, so that was a W. And I got Darius Slade to replace Chidobe, so all worked out in the end. And apart from that, guys, it's now time to move in to the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up Tevin Bowie out of Notre Dame, field general, 6'1", 246. Dude's built like a tank, and 89 speed with hidden dev. He's going to be great for our team. And with my second round pick, I'm taking the center. I'm going to move him to left tackle. And for those guys saying, oh, that's unrealistic to move a center to left tackle, there's been plenty of offensive linemen who have completely changed their positions multiple times before. And since players in Madden don't get storylines, I get to make up my own. Hidden dev, 90 strength, cry about it. And with my other second round pick, I got Byron Joseph out of Texas A&M. He had a finesse move, so I immediately took him. He's going to be our BJ Hill replacement if he does leave. Here we are after the draft. As my center, who I moved to left tackle, is a 76 overall with the boost. If you don't like the move, you can cry about it. Really don't care. Ooh, the CPU picked up this guy named Roby. He seems pretty good. Ooh, Goldsberry is 71. He's a really fast receiver that I picked up in the third round. 96 speed, 93 acceleration, terrible route runner other than deep route running. So he's like the reverse version of John Ross. Thank God, but he's 5'8". Oh my gosh. Yeah, teams look pretty good. This guy, I picked that guy up in like the 4th round. He's terrible. And yeah, apart from that, defensively, I'm going to move Bowie up. And I need to simulate to the regular season so I can get my rosters adjusted correctly. I'm not going to move up Joseph, Deshaun Elliott. Yeah, I think we're all good. Specialist. Yeah, I like what we got. And, ooh, I would like to move Goldsberry up to the slot position. So apart from that, guys, it is now time to move in to the midseason mark. Here we're at the midseason mark. Coming off a loss to the Commanders, really. 4-3, as we are second in the division, contested division, and we can be at the bottom at any point in time. National scouting focus. I mean, I guess Hayden Hurst is regressing, and I'll go tight end, so that way I don't have to pay him. I mean, that's literally the only thing I can think of. The team is really, really good at this point. And players ready to negotiate. Let's see who we have here. We are going to have Cooper Rush. Man, what a baller. Joe Mixon, I do want. Ooh, $10 million a year? Hell yeah, that's a steal for an X Factor. Jamar Chase, yes sir, yes please. $22 million. Dude, you're getting paid almost as much as I was about to pay T. Higgins, so good stuff. Trey Hendrickson, I don't care that he's 29. He has superstar dev, he's an 89. He'll be good for us. Evan McPherson, I usually just get kickers for stupid cheap in free agency, but he does have superstar dev, and he's an 84 overall. I'm going to keep him. Mike Hilton, interesting. I'll increase the money for him. I'm cool with $9 million a year for 1 year. I'm cool with that as he resigns, and he's cool with it too. BJ Hill, got your replacement. You can leave. Lael Collins, lineman regression doesn't start till I believe 32 or 33. And actually, only $8 million a year really isn't that bad. And no long-term commitment, no deal, whatever. Hayden Hurst, I've already been talking about your replacement. You can walk. Joseph Asai, you're the guy that literally ruined the Bengals game. Joseph Asai, number 58. Destroyed Patrick Mahomes, put them in field goal range. You're the reason they lost. Bengals fans, shame him in the comments. And everyone else here? Yeah, no. Don't need anyone else there. Don't really care about them. So apart from that, let's move in to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, coming off a win to the Raiders that slips us into the playoffs, being third in the division, going 9-8 here to face the 13-4 New England Patriots. Interesting turnaround. Joe Burrow had a great season. Where is he on the MVP list? As Lamar Jackson to the Falcons, Mitch Trubisky on the Ravens, second for MVP. My goodness, bro. Joe Burrow, 5th for MVP, 8th offensive yards, and defensively 28th. Nice, guys. 4,700 yards, 42 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Joe Mixon, 14 touchdowns, 4.9 per carry, 1,300 yards. Jalen Goldsberry, my 3rd-round pick in the slot. 1,200 yards, 13 touchdowns. T. Higgins, 1,000 yards. Jamar Chase, 1,000 yards. Great rookie season for him. I'm glad we didn't re-sign Tyler Boyd. Tevin with 107 tackles, tackles for a loss, 14 for Trey Hendrickson, sacks 12.5 for Trey Hendrickson, 11 for Sam Hubbard, interceptions 3 for Big Play Slay, safeties 0, defensive touchdowns is 0. So apart from that, guys, let's see if this 9-8 Bengals team can make a back-to-back Super Bowl run, or even let alone make it to the divisional round past the 13-4 New England Patriots, and we do not. 35-24, it's now time to move into the offseason. And the Patriots beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl as it seems like a very American Super Bowl. Matthew Judon wins the Super Bowl MVP. Lamar Jackson wins the league MVP. The new Falcons coach wins Coach of the Year, and there are no awards here for the Cincinnati Bengals. Let's see what we got for the development upgrades. We really don't have that much money either. Offensively, Goldsberry gets star dev, no surprise. Hayden Hurst is down to a 75. I am going to have to get rid of him. Roby is a star dev. My left tackle is a star dev. And I love that I don't have to pay my offensive line. Tevin is a star dev. Akeem got star dev. That's sick. And everyone else here looks the exact same. So I'm cool with our team. Our defense is shaping up very nicely. I'm going to move into the re-sign players here to see what we have. Nobody in the AFC North retires, but let's see the re-sign players that we have here. And we are going to have players ready to negotiate. We got Cooper Rush, BJ Hill, don't want. Lael Collins, don't want. Actually, man, he has interest now. 81 is not a bad overall. We have 21 million. I'll drop him this again. Same contract. He actually accepts it this time. Hayden Hurst can leave. Everyone else I'm fine with. And how much money do we have to spend is the question. 13 million, that's not enough. Let's just skip to the draft. And with my 1st-round pick, I'm picking up the tight end Moses Elliott out of Notre Dame. Only normal dev, but 6'5", 258, and 88 speed is great for a tight end. A break tackle, B catch in traffic, A deep route. He looks great on paper, but I guess no development, which is interesting. In the 2nd round, I'm picking up this guard just in case Alex Kappa somehow just doesn't want to re-sign with us. So I'm just picking him up as just in case factor. The team's already stacked. We don't really need anything else. Here we are after the draft. I do have that right guard that I mentioned for Alex Kappa or Lael Collins if he somehow retires. Elliott is a 73 overall without the boost. He seems pretty good. He just didn't get development. I do need a second-string quarterback for Joey B. But honestly, I don't need to adjust anything on my roster. Joseph is fine where he's at. The defense looks great. Like, the linebackers just here need to develop, and maybe my offensive line needs to develop a little bit more. But other than that, the team honestly looks good. I don't want to adjust anything, so I'm not even going to bother simming to the regular season. And I'm just going to skip into the midseason mark for our 3rd season. Here we are, 5-2, 2nd in the division behind the 7-0 Steelers, and the Ravens are having a rough time being 0-7 without Lamar Jackson. The Kansas City Chiefs are 6-1 as we are here to face them. Elite QB game plan. Don't care. We're probably going to lose either way. And looking at the players ready to negotiate. Logan Wilson, he's honestly progressed instead of regressed. I only have 2 more years left on this rebuild, including this year. So I'm just going to give him a contract. He stays with the team. Fine with me. Big Play Slay I do want for another year, but he really doesn't want to play. Same thing with Mike Hilton. Alex Kappa. Alex Kappa's a maybe. He's a maybe. I do have his replacement, but if I can re-sign him, I would like to have an 83 overall back on my team. Dax Hill doesn't even want to play either. Dude, this is... Yeah, it's because, I mean, our team's not even bad. Sam Hubbard is regressing, but I still want him for another year, so he resigns. And Cam Taylor-Britt is a guy that I do want as well. My entire secondary just wants to leave all at once, dude. Dax Hill, sure, I'll give him a little bit more of a contract right here. It's honestly the cheapest out of all of them, and he still doesn't want to play for us. Darius Slay, I don't know why you want to leave. I'll give you another year, and he still doesn't want to play. Mike Hilton, I'm not going to overpay for you. Actually, that's actually relatively cheap. I upped the deal. He resigned, so at least we got one of them back. I still want Big Play Slay back unless he goes to like an 83 overall. Then Dax Hill, I do want back. Alex Kappa, I would like back, but I'm going to hold off on that until his interest increases. So apart from that, let's move in to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs once again, here to play the Patriots, as we're coming off a loss to the Vikings. I guess it really didn't matter considering we would be second in the division. Either way, Ravens finished 1-16. That would be their worst record in history. Bengals 11-6, second in the division, here to face the 11-6 New England Patriots. Stats and awards: Joey B, really huge fall off from last season. 6th best offense in the NFL, 8th best defense. 4,500 yards, 36 touchdowns, 17 interceptions is too many. Rushing: Joe Mixon, 14 touchdowns, 4.8 per carry, 1,500 yards. Jamar Chase, 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns. That should be an X factor. T. Higgins, 103 receptions, 1,100 yards. Goldsberry, 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. Looking at defensively, Logan Wilson, 110 tackles for a loss, 21 for Trey Hendrickson, 20 for DJ Reader. Sacks, only 9.5 for Trey Hendrickson, 9 for Sam Hubbard. Ooh. Thought it would be more. Logan Wilson, 2 interceptions, along with Tevin, and safeties, 1 for Trey Hendrickson, and 0 defensive touchdowns. So, apart from that, guys, let's see if we can actually beat the New England Patriots. We beat them in Season 1. We didn't do it in Season 2. Can we win this rivalry here? And we do not. 31-14. Let's move into the 4th and final season. The Cowboys beat the Bills in the Super Bowl as the Bills lose their 5th Super Bowl. They're 0-5 in Super Bowls. DeMarcus Lawrence wins the Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen wins the league MVP. Zach Taylor wins the Coach of the Year. Interesting. So we're going to look into the player upgrades, and honestly, I really don't think anyone really deserved it this year. Like, it's kind of upsetting, other than Jamar Chase maybe, but no. Elliott really didn't do much for the team. Defensively, looks like Logan Wilson got superstar dev, and they gave Trey Hendrickson X Factor. I guess for the 21 tackles for a loss, Mike Hilton really regressed pretty hard. The team really doesn't need anything else. The team's just regressing. We need to win now. The window passed for those easy rookie contracts other than our offensive line. And then, yeah, we have $37 million. Darius Slade doesn't want to play. I'll look for someone else. Alex Kappa doesn't want to play, and he went from an 83 to an 81. I'll either look for someone else or I'll just replace him with the no payment I have. And Dax Hill does finally want to play now. I'll give him the neutral offer that originally it was, and he does resign, so that way it's less money. Cam Britt doesn't want to play. I can probably get someone in the draft that is similar to him. $31 million to spend. Let's go get someone. So after free agency, I ended up getting Wyatt Teller, which was an upgrade to Alex Kappa. I know I have that rookie right guard, but I would like an elite offensive lineman for Joe Burrow, and I got Avonte Maddox on a cheap deal. So the team really, it was all about development, but they haven't done that. But let's move it to the draft. So I'm making a big trade here. It's the 4th and final season. I need to go all out. Literally the best DB I have right now is 82 overall, Dax Hill. So I'm trading a 1st, a 2nd, and a 4th for the 31-year-old, yes, 31-year-old elite Tre'Davious White from the Buffalo Bills. And I don't know, you guys would be like, oh, they would never do this in real life. Maybe in 4 years down the line they would, so you never know. So this is what we got. Now I'm trading away the rest of my draft capital. We literally only have a 7th round pick left, a 3rd, a 5, and a 6 for the tight end Hunter Henry, who's average, but it's the 4th and final season. Again, I need to go all out. And this is the overlook of the team going into the 4th and final season. It amazes me how Jamar Chase is 99 but doesn't get an X factor. That's kind of crazy. Offense is looking good. Defense, I really wish this linebacker developed a lot quicker. Same with this defensive tackle. Trey White, yeah, see, look, Dax Hill was an 82. And then we had Mike Hilton and Avonte Maddox. Definitely need an upgrade there at DB just for the 4th and final season. So let's move into the playoff. Here we are in the playoffs, coming off a win to the Steelers. We are 15-2, top of the division. Did anyone else make it into the playoffs other than us in our division? Good stuff. Nobody else did. That's what matters, boys. So stats and awards, well, actually winning the Super Bowl matters. Stats and awards, Joey B balled out. That's got to be an MVP. No, 2nd behind Trevor Lawrence. 2nd best offense in the NFL, and defensively we were 11th. Okay. Joey B, almost 5,000 yards, 51 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. If he lowered that to like 9, he probably would have got MVP. Joe Mixon, 18 touchdowns, 5.3 per carry, 1,500 yards. Jalen Goldsberry, this 3rd round pick, balling out, 1,400 yards, 14 touchdowns. Jamar Chase, 13 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. Hunter Henry, 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns. I'm glad I traded all those picks for him. Defensively, Akeem with 114 tackles for a loss, 16 for Sam Hubbard. Sacks, 10 for Trey Hendrickson, 8.5 for Sam Hubbard, 7.5 for Byron Joseph. Okay. Interceptions, 5 for Akeem. Safeties is 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So, anyways, let's see who we're going to be playing in the divisional round. I'm not going to hop into the divisional round or the conference championship because we've already won both. So let's see if we can make it to the Super Bowl and beat the 8-9 Titans to move on to the conference championship first. And dude, for those guys saying, oh my God, you suck at rebuilds. What do you want me to do? Our team is a 91 overall with a 91 offense, 91 defense. I can guarantee you we have the highest overall in the entire league and by far the best team, and I can guarantee we'll still lose. So it looks like the Titans got blown out by the Rams in the Super Bowl. Ezekiel Elliott with the Rams wins the Super Bowl MVP. We win Coach of the Year, but still, our team, what is it? Look at it. It is an 89 overall, my bad, which doesn't make any sense. 91 plus 89 divided by 2 is 90. But, of course, EA, thank you for your great mathematician skills. Create a new character. Let's see what we got here. We got an 88 Ravens team. Okay, 83, 85, 88. Looks like 89 is going to be the highest in the league. And would you look at that? I don't see... Oh, look, you got the Chiefs there, but they weren't even in the Super Bowl. You got the Commanders who are close, Cowboys who are close. Oh, man. Getting really close here, guys. It's almost as if we have these tied for the second highest overall in the entire league, and we still get screwed out of every single thing we played because the game does not want us to win. I mean, it's still a successful rebuild because we did make it to the Super Bowl, but we did not win the Super Bowl. For those guys saying, oh, you suck at rebuilds, the Bengals are eventually going to win the Super Bowl within the next few years. You don't know that. I guess we'll see. So anyways, guys, apart from that, I hope you guys did enjoy this rebuild, even though we got screwed out of it. Hunter Henry gets superstar dev. Somehow Jamar Chase doesn't get X Factor. Goldsberry gets superstar. Defensively, Keem gets superstar. I would have loved to continue rebuilding this team, but unfortunately we missed our window. And apart from that, guys, I'll see you guys all in the next one.